Hey, if I asked you right now, when was the last time you said, "I was wrong, I'm sorry" to your spouse? How long would you have to think about it? Here's the truth. If there is one phrase that sums up why marriages fall apart, it's this: a refusal to take responsibility. We live in a world where everyone's screaming about personal freedom. As long as I'm not hurting anyone, I should be able to do whatever I want, right? But here's the problem. Marriage doesn't work that way. And today, we're diving into why accountability isn't about losing your freedom. It's actually about unlocking the best version of your relationship. Welcome to the fifth and final body part of our Prescription for a Healthy Marriage series, the head. If you missed the other body parts in the series, stick around until the end to catch the other videos. Today, we're going to diagnose whether you're taking responsibility in your marriage, and I'm going to give you a prescription to fix it. Let's start by clearing something up. When I say accountability, I'm not talking about your spouse becoming your parole officer. I'm talking about something way more powerful. Think about it. How many couples actually sit down and talk about achieving something together beyond just existing, beyond having kids and splitting the bills? Do you have goals as a couple? Maybe one of you wants to go back to school. Maybe you want to start a business, write a book, or completely change careers. Now ask yourself this: are you actively helping your spouse achieve their dreams? Or are you just coexisting? Here's what accountability really means. It's about showing respect for each other and setting high expectations. It's about saying, "I believe in you so much that I'm going to help you get there. And I trust you enough to call me out when I'm not being my best self." That's partnership. That's what separates a mediocre marriage from a great one. And here's the kicker. You actually need your spouse to become the best version of yourself. Together, you can achieve way more than either of you could alone. But that only works if you're both willing to hold each other accountable and take responsibility for the marriage. Now let's talk about the uncomfortable part, because taking responsibility also means having those tough conversations when your spouse's behavior is threatening the marriage. I know, nobody wants to do this. It requires a high tolerance for discomfort. But here's the thing. If you're not willing to address the issues, they don't just go away. They fester. Let's say your spouse keeps dropping the ball on responsibilities. Promises aren't followed through. Tasks go unfinished. Goals, even small ones, never get achieved. Now you have two choices. You can either ignore it and quietly resent them, or you can have the conversation. But here's the catch. You have to do it without being accusatory, judgmental, or harsh. You can't keep a record of wrongs and throw them in your spouse's face every time you're frustrated. This is where most people fail. We avoid these conversations because we don't want the responsibility of addressing the problem. We'd rather just complain about it later. But discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. And accountability, that's the cable holding that bridge together. If the accountability is missing, it's nearly impossible to maintain the habits and practices you need to reach your shared goals. So yeah, the conversation might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. All right, let's do a quick diagnosis. Here are the symptoms that one or both of you aren't taking responsibility for your marriage. Symptom 1, you hear statements like, "Do what you want, I don't care anymore." That's apathy, and it's a killer. Symptom 2, there's a lack of follow-through. Promises made, promises broken. Roles assumed but never fulfilled. Symptom 3, no acknowledgement of mistakes. When was the last time you genuinely said, "I was wrong, I'm sorry"? And I'm not talking about a quick "my bad" to end an argument. I mean truly owning it. Symptom 4, poor or no response to critical issues. Every marriage faces a crisis at some point. What's your plan of action? When disagreements happen, which one of you is willing to sacrifice to keep the peace? If any of these sound familiar, don't panic. This isn't a death sentence, but it is a wake-up call. So how do we fix this? Here are 2 prescriptions that can restore accountability in your marriage. Prescription number 1, take responsibility, not the blame. There's a big difference, and let me give you an example. Let's say your spouse makes a major mistake. Maybe they're spiritually drained, or morally struggling, or even physically unwell. The marriage is suffering because of it. Now, you could spend all your energy blaming them. This is your fault. You did this. But that doesn't fix anything, does it? Instead, this is the time to get into healing mode, not blaming mode. Yes, hold them accountable. Don't give them a free pass, but remember, accountability has to be tempered with love. You're a team. If one of you is down, the other steps up. Prescription number 2, practice servant leadership. Now, this one's a little more intense, but stick with me. Think of your role in marriage like this. You intentionally influence and enable your spouse to accomplish their goals. You intentionally strengthen their capacity to grow and contribute. You watch over and respond to their well-being. That's servant leadership. You're both responsive and responsible for each other. I know the temptation. Sometimes you think, if I could just do this on my own, without having to consider my spouse, I'd get so much more done. And yeah, maybe you'd run faster, but you wouldn't get very far. Here's the reality. Alone, you might sprint, but together, you finish the race. So here's what I want you to take away from this. A mature marriage doesn't come with age. It comes with the acceptance of responsibility. You can't have a thriving marriage if both of you are just doing your own thing, hoping it all works out. You need accountability. You need to have the hard conversations. You need to take responsibility, not blame, but responsibility for the health of your relationship. Start today and ask yourself, what's one way I can take responsibility for my spouse's well-being this week? And then do it. If you want more marriage coaching resources, head over to daveanddarie.com. We've got tools, courses, and support to help you build the marriage you've always wanted. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's one thing you're going to start doing differently in your marriage? I'd love to hear from you. Now, go take responsibility. You've got this.